Dave,
Ian.
greetings and salutations. I don't know. We're starting like that. Now, I am extremely excited to talk about your weekend at Autocross because I got some inside track information that you fucking crushed it. And so I'm very excited to talk about that. However, unfortunately, I have bad news.
Have you been in a serious accident and you need legal representation?
Yeah, so it turns out that those scammers were somewhat prescient.
Okay.
I have been in a serious accident.
Oh no, really?
Yes, and here's the worst part about this serious accident is that it's the type of thing that is extremely embarrassing.
Oh, was it your butt?
So the thing where like Republican politicians who rail against the gay lifestyle,
yeah,
very inevitably get caught with a wide stance in the bathroom.
Yep.
Shout out to Larry. Or something similar, right?
Yep.
So
yeah.
The hypocrisy just becomes part of the whole thing. Well, now my injury that I've sustained has a very strong hypocritical element to it.
Really?
Which makes it even more embarrassing than it already is. It's embarrassing by itself. And then I'm also a goddamn hypocrite on top of it. All right, so let me set this
What happened? I was so concerned right now.
I was in Baltimore last week.
All
week for a conference. Now this conference, it's with people that I've known for 20 years. So it's a high school reunion essentially.
Right.
They invited the nerds, right? So that's basically what it is.
And now you can buy alcohol legally.
And now I could buy alcohol legally, and they believe me. And I bought some of that alcohol. I consumed it, a lot of it. And at 2:00 in the morning, I needed to get from the bar, which was now shut and had angry employees telling us to leave, to my hotel. And in a moment of weakness,
oh no,
I used one of those fucking scooters.
You used a bird scooter.
I used one of those fucking scooters. And so I have a long-standing, I hate those things. I think they're a fucking menace.
Yeah.
And I proved why, because I was riding home. I was half a block from my hotel. I hit a bump.
Oh no, the size of a grain of rice. It was like
a pothole.
Okay.
And I should have seen it. But I was going full speed. And so the scooter stopped and I did not.
No.
And I was horizontal, Dave. I know it was horizontal because I hit my hand, my elbow, my knee, and my ribs all at the same time. And I bounced off the sidewalk.
like you were being dribbled by one Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah, I didn't tumble at all. There was no rolling. It was a flat bounce and straight back up.
Oh, if you ever hop on the Instagram account, America's Got No Talent, it sounds like you pulled one of those kinds of things.
Yeah, it was one of those where even after I at first I was like, oh, nobody saw me, good. But then I was kind of like, I'm kind of bummed nobody saw that because that was a remarkable feat.
Did you ruin clothes?
I got blood on a lot of stuff. My hand was very bloody and it's still not quite healed because it's on the palm. So now
Can you show me? I mean, is it bandaged up?
It's not bandaged because I can't keep a bandage on it because it's right in the crease on my palm. Okay. I mean, you can edit it out if it's too gruesome, but it's not great looking.
No,
it's not terrible now.
But that is a really bad road rash place is so bad right there
because you can't not move it. And it's my dominant hand.
Yeah.
And I'm actually in a place now where my muscles are a little sore from me holding my hand open all the time.
Oh yeah.
I have a little bit of a cramp from holding my hand open so I don't.
Because your natural state is angry clenched fist.
And so I was thinking like, oh, I'm not gonna say anything to Dave. But then I was like, I'm gonna talk with my hands for this whole hour. He's definitely gonna see it.
Either that, or it would be so weird. Like if you were just shoulders and head, I'd
like
be
those guys, like those people who run without their arms.
I'd be like, who are you? What have you done with my Ian?
Yeah, are you under duress?
Yeah. Blink into the camera, Ian. Yeah.
So yeah, a little embarrassed. Well, and then the next morning I had like meetings and stuff. And I had to be like, hey, we got a fist bump because I hurt my hand. And then they were like, well, how'd you do it? I was like, well,
oh, you're one of those. You're a statistic, Ian.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I know several people who have fallen off those fucking things and hit their heads.
Yeah.
So I got lucky that unless I did, and this is all just
a Jacob's Ladder scenario.
Yeah. Could be.
If Forrest Whitaker comes to talk to you tonight, do not listen to him.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I'm very thankful that it didn't impact the moneymaker, right?
Ooh.
Face, you know.
Oh, I thought you meant my butt.
That too.
Yeah. No, face and butt, all good.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Camera 1 and camera 2, if you will.
Yeah. Pride, severely wounded.
Well, but look at you. You're talking about it. You could have sloughed it off. You could have been like, you could basically hold up an injured body part to me on webcam and just be like, kids, like, that's it. You could be missing a limb and just like wave your stump in front of the webcam and be like,
yeah,
kids. And I'd be like, I get it, man. I get it.
I like that you think that parenthood is essentially like doing a stint at Guantanamo Bay.
Is it not?
Well, as I was saying it, I was like, actually, that's fairly accurate.
Yeah. You hear a bunch of stuff you can't control. You never get any sleep, and you don't eat what you want to eat.
No. Yeah. That's true.
True. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, I'm very sorry that you hurt yourself on a bird scooter, buddy. I really am.
Well, thank you.
And of course you're going full throttle because you're Ian.
I was fucking hauling, dude.
They are quick, man.
Some of them are fast, yeah. So this is actually the second time I've had to take one in a few weeks because did I talk about this on the show about the thing that happened with the subway?
No, you're a total bird scooter guy now. What is this? I haven't talked to you for like a week and a half. All of a sudden, what?
This is why I had it. It was a few weeks ago. I was in DC. And I had to go for work to the hockey game, NHL game. So it was like the partner was having us to their box, whatever bullshit, corporate synergy,
right? Vertical integration,
circle back, all that. Anyway, so I was coming back, and I was going back to my hotel on the metro, which I. Every time I'm in DC, I take the metro. I love it. Sure. It's great. But so I'm going back on the metro, going west on the metro out of DC back to Alexandria, where I was staying. And we get to the Pentagon station, stops. Train is full because it's all full of people going back out to the suburbs.
From the
sports, sports balls.
Yep.
And they're like, oh, there's a situation. Sit tight. We're like, okay. So standing there, 30 seconds. So there's somebody on the tracks.
Oh no.
And it sounds like it's kind of in that tone, like kind of like panicked.
Yeah.
And then like over the next 10 minutes, about every 30 seconds, we get another update. But they go from that like concerned sort of like, oh my God, there's somebody on the tracks. Like as you would kind of react to it if you saw somebody on railroad tracks, right?
Yeah.
That wasn't supposed to be there. To by a couple minutes in, just real annoyed. Like basically the gist of the second to last message that we got was, I don't know, man, this motherfucker's not moving. Was basically the gist of the second to last message. And then the last message was just simply, this train is now out of service, please exit.
Wow.
And it was at the Pentagon station, which is, there's other than the Pentagon, Nothing there.
Okay, I've never been around that area. Okay.
Nothing.
Okay.
So I was like, I have like 2.5 miles to get back to my thing from here.
Yeah.
And I didn't really want to walk. So I was like, I guess I'm gonna take one of these goddamn scooters, because it was everyone else had grabbed bikes. It was the last thing I could find. And so I packed, and so that's why I took it in Baltimore, because I had the app. Like I had just downloaded the app like 2 weeks prior.
Right.
And then the second time I used it, I nearly killed myself. So yeah.
All right, here's my $1 million idea.
Yeah.
Okay, $1 billion idea. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I work in healthcare. What you do is you partner up with these scooter apps, right? And when somebody creates an account for the first time, you automatically create their patient record in your electronic medical record. You're like, why does the Bird app want to know if I'm allergic to cilantro and penicillin?
Yeah, they should really just like hook the gyroscope for big impacts and to the app, to the navigation, to an urgent care. You're gonna need that.
That has the synergy of that like karate studio urgent care that I saw in the Springs in the same building.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man. Buddy, I'm glad you're okay, man. People take some fucking dives on those things, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh god.
Yeah. So I feel like a real big dummy, but you know.
Boy, the way this story started out, right, with Republican lawmakers, I was like, where is this going?
That's the level of shame I feel right now. That's
they
the
don't
level
feel
of
shame, do they?
But that's the level of hypocrisy I feel like I've exhibited.
Right. Yeah.
I still think they're a goddamn menace, and I would throw everyone into a lake if I could. But
right. Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, it goes back to my saying, 2 wheels bad, but that also makes me a hypocrite because I love the bicycles. But yep. So, but yeah, I've never ridden one of those Bird scooters. I've done the bike share stuff, of course,
Well, what you want to do is you want to aim for the biggest holes in the sidewalk you can find at full throttle.
And I mean, if the wheels are small enough, you can turn them into little half pipes.
Right. Yeah. Yep.
Catch some sick air, brah. Yeah. Wow.
I've never fallen like that before. Like it was just a flat. I mean, it was like dropping a mattress out of a 3-story building. Just plonk.
On top of that, we are at the age where falling is a thing. Like we're afraid of it.
Yeah, this happened Wednesday night. It's now Monday night. I'm still a little sore.
Yeah, you're still a little shook, buddy, huh?
Yeah.
No, Kelly fell a while ago, slipped on some ice, cracked a rib. Right?
Oof.
Yeah, a few years ago. Yeah, and like you go down so fucking quick, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, yeah. The days of it being like in slow mo, where you're like, are over. Yeah, next thing you know, you're just bam on the ground. Yeah.
Well, I know. I mean, I remember very distinctly thinking in midair, like, "Oh, this is a real bad sidewalk surface to fall on," because it was like bricks.
Right. Okay.
Which, why was I riding on a brick sidewalk in the first place? You might ask, if you were smart.
Well, we should probably ask 2 a.m. drunk Ian.
Let's refer back to 2 a.m. And that's the other thing. Like, I wasn't super drunk either.
Right.
Because I still felt it quite clearly.
Right. Yeah, that's the thing about how like a lot of drunk drivers are the ones that survive because their body they're
so relaxed.
Yeah, they don't give a shit. Yeah. They have no time to tense up. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You had time.
Oh, yeah, well, I was tense. I was fucking bored.
Isn't that your natural state though? Just a pucker. Yeah. When people started planking, you were like, I've been doing this.
Yeah, I started planking in my first middle school dance.
Pants planks don't count, Ian.
No, like this was my dancing style. arms out,
doing the De Niro driving. Do the De Niro, yeah. Oh, buddy. Oh my God. Oh, Ian, it's
anyway,
good to.
I told you I had an opener.
Yeah, you did. It's good to be back in the saddle. We haven't podcasted for about what, 2 weeks?
Yeah, about that.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah. Oh man, I missed you.
Yeah, you too.
I'm glad you're okay though.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Now, enough of that, because what I want to talk about.
Okay.
I want to talk about you and Autocross. Because you were there this weekend with our good buddy Peter.
I was. There's our cars. Yeah.
And he sent me a message.
Okay.
Saying, Dave is crushing Autocross with the Fiat. I can't catch him. And then he went on, he extrapolated from there, but I want to hear what you have to say, because it sounds like it's a different car and you might be a different driver.
It is a different car. So over the winter, I did tons and tons of suspension work. I did all conies all around.
Mm-hmm.
I got a proper race alignment, so I have about 2 degrees of camber on each side on the front.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean the car is just let's see, I think that's really it. I did like an intercooler spray system and stuff like that, but just like some other stuff. The suspension was the big thing, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, but that was that, and like the tire setup were the 2 big things last year that were kind of making it entertaining, but not necessarily fast.
Exactly. Yeah. And so I did get new Bridgestone RE71 whatever those are. Yeah. I have those all around as well. Mm-hmm. And right out of the gate, I realized like the car is drastically different. Like the suspension was down to nearly the hardest setting, all 4 corners. I just leave the rears at the firmest setting because you have to disconnect the shock and twist it and shit. Yours is the same way, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was that like, oh, like I'm kind of starting back at square one with learning this vehicle, like because I've changed it enough that its behavior is different. There's some similar characteristics and feel there, but it like first session out, I pulled about a lateral G.
Wow.
That was the first one. But I think my best one, I pulled like 1.75 Gs.
What?
Yeah.
That's a big number.
It is a big number. It turns it turns so fucking hard. It turns so hard. So I think like it was just faster. It was just faster, period. Right? Like the suspension makes such a huge difference.
Yeah.
I think that there's a couple things going on with like PETA saying that he couldn't catch me. I'll tackle that first. I think PETA is coming off of high plains driving and to autocross. So I think like you have so much more time to set stuff up, and you need to bring go-karting mentality to autocross, right? And so like I rode with him a couple times, and I could kind of see like, oh, like go in earlier here, or go in late here, and then his time started dropping in the afternoon, and he was starting to catch up to me. Yeah. But
I mean, still the fact that these 2 cars are at all competitive.
Yeah.
Because Peter's he's a good driver.
He's a great driver. He's a great driver.
That's bonkers. Was it a tighter course than some of the ones you did last year?
It was a little bit more open. Here, I have the map. It was very similar to what you and I did.
Okay.
When we autocrossed together. So down here is the start.
Okay. Yeah.
This turn was a little bit more severe than it indicates, right? And then small slalom. Did we have the box when we did it? I can't remember. Okay. Yeah. So we had small slalom, then similar to what we had last time with like a really, a big turn at the end, kind of tuck back in, and then slalom on the way home.
Yeah.
This ending, was made of dicks, Ian. It was 100% made of dicks because if you look where you come out, so here you go this way, you go this way, you go this way, you go this way, you go this way. You have to get
so you're
back.
pointed the wrong direction. Oh, that is tricky.
Yep, it is. It is. That was absolutely my slowest and hardest part to get. Yeah. But yeah, there were some really entertaining spins.
I bet.
Right there. Yeah.
So on the topic of spins, so talk to me about the dynamics of the car. Has it changed a lot? Like, does it still want to rotate all the time, or?
Yeah, lift off oversteer is minimized. I could not really get it to lift off oversteer, but also like I was running the tires at
wait till I come to town.
yeah. I was running the tires at 32 PSI in the back. I could easily air those up 2 pounds and probably get lift off oversteer, right? And I should have. I was actually kind of more concerned with figuring out the front wheels. Like I was like, it was a whole, like I definitely did test and tune the car. I even did a run with traction control on just to see, like, because in the Abarth it's supposed to mimic a limited slip diff, right? It's supposed to, like, anytime you're understeering, it's supposed to get you out of it.
Right.
And it's very weird. I was pretty quick, like with traction control on, but I'm faster with it off. But figuring out where it's stepping in and all that. But yeah, so I was worried about the front tire pressure more than anything. I was like, I'm just going to keep the back consistent. And so next event, I will air up the rears a little bit and kind of mess with oversteer. But like it's the Giant Slayer now. Like I beat both guys that showed up in C8 Corvettes.
Yes. Oh my God. And just to like put a point on this, last year when you were competitive with like Focus STs.
I wasn't
minis.
even really competitive with them when they were good drivers, you know? Yeah. I was still losing to them. Yeah. So that the lady that's usually there, that's kind of a mainstay, her name is Tamara. She has that Mini Cooper, John Cooper Works Mini, right? She was 0.2 seconds faster than me in her JCW.
That's awesome.
Thank you. Yeah. And she's a great driver. She's a great driver. Has had tons of instruction. Great driver. Much better driver than I am. But yeah, I was 0.2 seconds slower than her.
That's crazy.
So like, I think the thing that blows my mind is like, so like, say like the really, really fast cars, like the very worked over BMW M2s, the Nissan GTR, the guy that always shows up with the C5 Vet that just fucking crushes it.
Yeah.
Super nice guy. And like, let's say on a given course, they're pulling 35s, right? Previously, I'd probably be like 42, you know, like 7 seconds slower. Right?
Yeah.
You know, this time, just one off the top of my head, a Porsche Cayman GT something.
The GT4?
I don't think it was a GT4.
GTS?
Maybe a GTS. He was pulling 35s. My fastest time was a 37.0.
That's amazing.
Thank you. I think he was dipping into the high 34s. But still, I pulled a 37.0.
Right.
And you know, the Mini, Tamara and the Mini got a 36.8. So I know I can get it.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Man.
It punches awesome. So far above its weight right now. So far. Yeah.
So that leads me to my next question, which is something I've been thinking about all day and I've been excited to ask you.
Yeah.
So is it going to change? Is it changing your attitude towards autocross at all now that you have a potentially actually fast autocross car? Like, did you feel yourself getting like more competitive once you realized you were kind of in the hunt a little bit, or do you think you're still going to be Mr. Calm? I'm above this competitive nonsense.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever been above the like competitive nonsense. I think I've always been Mr. I'm just glad to be here. Just happy to be here, Bob. Right?
Right. Yeah.
You know, but like I definitely look at the times and I'm like, if I see like there was a Volkswagen Golf R that I was kind of going back and forth with this time, right? Like stuff like that. Right?
That's so far above your weight class. It's so crazy. I love it.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, like, yeah, for my first lap out was 40 seconds and I just kept dropping from there. Yeah. It was a good day. And my fastest run was the second to last run when the, heat's at a high, worse for the turbo. Tires are definitely the, hottest that they've been all day.
Mm-hmm.
Pavement's the hottest, so I feel like it's got a lot more on the table. Yeah.
That's awesome. I'm so psyched for you. That sounds like such a blast. And like 1.7 that's a healthy amount.
It turns so hard. I mean, this is all going off of my phone's thing, so I hope it's correct. But I mean, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's wild. I loved having PETA ride with me. I loved riding with PETA. I saw PETA pull like at that dick turn at the end. He started to drift out and he just like oversteered and like counter steered.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And it was just like you felt in that car, like it's just like the very perfect form of like control. And like when the grip starts to go away, the car's like, hey buddy, you might want to do something about that. Like,
I know we talked about this last week, but like, the limits in that car are just, they're so approachable.
Yeah.
Like you just feel very well taken care of in that car.
Yes. Yeah. PETA's hard work shows. And it was great riding with him because it's that you know what it's like. I mean, you remember the feeling that you had like in a car and then you just get it again. Like you just like put yourself in that situation and it's right there. It's right there. It wasn't like a one-time thing.
Yeah.
Like this car, that's what this car does. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, I do have to say I have my first post autocross vehicle issue.
Oh no.
So much like you smacked the pavement, I developed some kind of front clunk. So tomorrow, Kelly's going to help me find it. She's going to, like anytime I hit a bump on the driver's side, I had a pretty nasty clunk. Mm-hmm. I have motor mounts and a motor mount and a transmission mount showing up tomorrow. I'm sure those need to be done. Those are the easy, cheap ones. And then I'll see if I can find the clunk because Autocross is coming up this weekend, Ian.
Oh, nice.
So I have a deadline. I need to get this going. I just registered for it today. So yeah.
Nice. Maybe you just got like something you need to retorque or something.
Hopefully. Yeah. But we'll try to find it. Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. But dude, it's such a fucking hilarious car.
That's awesome.
It's so great. The Fiat is just so great. Ian, it was such a good time. I cannot wait for you to drive it.
I can't wait either. I got to figure out how I can get out there.
Yeah. If I do anything, I may swap out the rear tires for those ones that I had last season, the Hancooks, because they don't have quite as much grip. So if I can't get the rears to kind of step out a little bit, I may mess with swapping out the rear tires.
It would be interesting to do that between runs one time, just to see like if you're faster with oversteer or not.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I could do it over lunch. Yeah.
I'm sure it's more fun.
Right. But is it faster?
Right.
Yeah. So I don't know. With something where the course changes every time, like it's like I need someone else. I need PETA there, or I need, this GTR that's on the other side of the Fiat in the picture here, because that guy, Fox Chung, is incredibly consistent. Yeah. So he was into the 36s very early. In his very, very early runs, I think was down into the 34s. But
that's awesome.
Yeah. But then here comes Dave tooting in his 37s. So
I mean, that's respectable, man. I mean,
thank you. I figured you would be proud.
I'm incredibly proud. That's so cool.
Thank you. I do have a voicemail from PETA. Yeah. Would you like me to play it?
Of course I would. Yes.
Okay. All right.
Hey, clear code adjacent people. It's PETA. I was just calling to give Dave a standing ovation on all the Avast upgrades he did this winter, because we just got done Autocross today, and I was friggin' blown right away with how much traction and how hooked up that thing is now. I was just really knocked the boots right off me. So, well done, Dave, and yeah, thanks again for the track day the other week as well. Lots of fun, and looking forward to some more coming up in the future. So you guys take care and keep doing what you're doing, and keep us between the mustard and the mayo. All right. Bye-bye, everyone.
Oh, I love you, PETA. I love you. God. Keep it between the mustard and the mayo, everybody. Yep.
I don't know what that means, but I like it.
Yeah. I think PETA had a coach that would tell him something like that when he was in high school or something. Yeah. But so Autocross season opens this coming weekend. I hope I can fix my car by then. If not, I'll show up in the Lexus LS and whip a couple sessions.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. How great would
traction control very off.
Yeah. Yes, I would do it in that setting. Can you imagine it like a 6-cone slalom in the LS? Everyone would be throwing up.
Oh, yeah.
People watching would be vomiting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's as long as the gap between the cones, so I'm not sure how well that would go.
Yeah. I'd have to do a 3-point turn.
It's parallel parking every time.
Yep. So, yeah. There you go, buddy. There you go. Yeah.
That's great.
Yep. So thank you.
What else we got?
I do want to say, let's see here. Oh, I have some my eyes. I have some stuff in case you went to a bad place mentally. But yeah, like, do you have any my eyes, Ian?
I don't.
And you don't have a rental car report from your travels?
I didn't do rental car these last 2 trips. So
okay.
I got nothing. I did have another like lift where there was clearly something wrong.
Okay.
And I felt real bad because this one, it was like it had that like telltale like of like a rear. It was like a rear wheel that was like out of alignment, and so like he's like gonna burn through a set of tires in like 5,000 miles sort of thing. Yeah. It was like I don't know, something was amiss.
Okay.
And but he also had temp tags on.
What kind of car was it?
It was like a Ford Escape, like an older Ford Escape.
Yeah, that Gen 1, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it, like that, you could just hear it from the tire.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I just need to carry like an absurd, like one like big thing of cash, so I can say like, I know you're doing your best.
Right.
Maybe get it looked at.
Right. Right.
Here's some cash. Something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
There must be a way to do that.
Right. Yeah, it's that thing like, do you just carry around like a I don't know, what's like a discount tire gift card or something, right?
Something, an alignment shop discount. Something like that. That's a good idea. Because it's like when some of those things fail, they're going to fail spectacularly. And if there's a rider in the car, like,
right?
Yeah.
That's
not going to be good.
No.
Anyway.
Nope. Nobody likes blown out tires, Ian.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Or wheel hubs falling off.
Right? Yeah.
Also bad.
Yeah.
Usually. They frown on that.
From what I've heard, yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, but it's a tricky situation, right? Because it's like okay person that is obviously, doing this to make ends meet, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
do you dip further into, whatever funds you have and spend $100 now or $500 later, right?
And, or is it going to be like I know,
right.
That's
Yeah.
the thing. But I always think about like my coworker who picked me up from the airport one time and had just become like blind, he had like sound blindness, or I don't know what, like he just became like immune to the sounds from the
I was gonna say that's called being deaf.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
maybe you did hit your head.
Maybe I did. Oh my God.
My wife.
Blind, but for sound. Jesus Christ.
that old Onion article. I'm a chocoholic, but for booze.
Yeah.
Yeah. So deaf. Yeah, but yes.
So deaf. He became deaf to it. Oh my God. What is wrong with me? Anyway, and it was like, it had all the things where like sounds on lock and like big clunks over when you hit bumps and stuff. And I was like, hey man, we got like a mile down the road. And I was like, you're going to get that looked at, right? He was like, what are you talking about? And I was like, what? And he texted me, he took it to the mechanic the next day after I went home, and he was like, thank you so much for saying something, because I had $5,000 worth of front end work. It was like the whole like control arms, wheel bearings, tie rod. I mean, it was like the whole front end had to be refreshed.
Right.
And I was like, yep, that makes sense.
Yeah. It didn't sound cheap. Yeah.
Sometimes when somebody tells you like their mechanic bill, you're like, woo.
Right.
But in that case, I was like, no, that checks out.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. No dickery afoot there. Move on. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Oh man. Yeah. It's a tough situation to be in, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. To kind of sit on your hands like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Well,
yeah. Well, what do you want to do next? You want to do some my eyes?
Oh, you have a my eyes that I need you to show, and I'll give you a minute to prep it, because when you and I were driving to the auto show, we saw the best vanity plate of all time. And the fact that we
actually get a picture of it?
Yes, you did, because I was driving. Yeah. I'm going to give you time to find it. I'm going to pull up some other my eyes. Okay. Our buddy Eric, right?
Yeah.
Thank you, Eric, because Eric ordered a Vegan Angel sticker. Thank you, Eric. We really appreciate that. And he put it on his cabinet in his garage. Look, there it is, right there.
Oh, that looks great.
Yeah. This is a legitimate garage toolbox cabinet, I have to say. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You've got the Dude Abides. You got some One Hell of a Town. You have Hypno Toad, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You got some badass stuff on here. Just a full-on Maxima logo. I assume that this is a vehicle that you've killed yourself in battle. And so
it's like a trophy. It's like having a head on the wall.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
The wall drug.
Yep. Wall drug. Yep. The Volvo Prancing Moose.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So thank you, Eric, for buying a Vegan Angel sticker. And I am proud to announce that pretty soon here, Vegan Angel mugs, a very limited supply of them, are going to be hitting the shop. I have 6 Vegan Angel mugs that will be hitting the shop. This is the prototype. The ones in the shop are going to have the yellow headlights and a better outline. So it'll look more like the sticker that you see on the store. I'll put up a picture of the mug. But picking those up tomorrow from the vendor. So yeah, so buy yourself a Vegan Angel mug and pay tribute to one of the greatest vehicles that's ever existed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
I have uploaded.
You have uploaded
the thing
picture
that you have requested.
Okay.
You have a much better memory than I do, because I have no memory of taking that picture.
This is just a CT scan of your colon.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
The other thing I requested, Ian.
Yeah.
You and I saw the best vanity plate of all time, and it kind of stinks that we saw it because neither one of us can use it in a plate game, but here it is.
We were both upset about it.
Yep. Boom.
zoom and enhance, Gunkles.
Yep.
On a Toyota Sienna, which is perfect. Because I like to think that like their brother or sister, one of their brothers or sisters announced that they were pregnant, going to have a baby.
There you go.
And they immediately sold whatever car they had, got this with the license plate Gunkles, and showed up to the baby shower like, we're ready.
Right?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's just a very sweet, wholesome license plate.
Yes, absolutely. S tier vanity plate. Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, you drop this, King.
Yes. Oh, hello, fellow kids. How do you praise people on the internet? I'll do all of those.
Exactly. Right? Yeah. So thank you for snapping that picture. Gunkles is the best vanity plate we've ever seen.
But we were both at the time, upset in the car because neither of us could use it for a vanity plate game.
We both probably silently were wondering if the other person had seen it yet before we started talking about it. Yep.
I'm proud of us though. Good spot. Good spot us.
Go team. Our buddy Chris saw this Honda Fit that I 100% get behind.
Hell yeah.
Right?
That is awesome.
It's
like the bus seat fabric sort of livery.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. Or like a bowling alley carpet.
Yes, right? Yeah. It's like you basically just cut triangles out of vinyl and stick them on your car, and it looks, and like spread them out as you go back. It looks rad as shit.
It looks great. I wonder if these guys do rallycross, because he's got the rally wheels on.
Yeah, I mean,
like
these are
legit
some
rally
series
wheels,
right? Yeah. The chonk headlights. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is a fucking rad ass Honda Fit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I love everything about this, aside from possibly the parking job.
True. Over the line. We do need to call a technical foul on that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So we'll take it down from an A+. We'll say B+.
Absolutely.
But yeah, this livery I like it. I love that.
Right? Yeah.
It looks just very cool.
Teal, purple, pink, and white vinyl triangles, and you're doing the Lord's work, man.
Super cool.
Right?
Yeah.
And Ian, how often does this happen? But it happened today. I texted you a picture of a car before we even talked about it on the show.
I know. That was my first thought, was like, wow.
Yeah.
He didn't save it.
No, because I was hyperventilating in a King Soopers parking lot when I saw this Toyota Soup. Mark III.
It's so pretty.
Yeah. In amazing condition. It was incredibly clean. I think it's this lady's back here. And all I can say is thank you, good person, for driving this so that I could see it. And
that is a crazy clean third gen.
Right? Look at this thing. Right? I mean, this front splitter is just a little wonky, but I mean, yeah, but look at that. No hail damage. Looks clean as can be. Whale tail spoiler in red. The right wheels for the era. I mean, everything. It
doesn't look modified at all. It looks bone stock.
It had a chonk exhaust, but that seemed to be it. But like, you forget how striking these Supers are until you see one again. Like, I don't see them very often. We don't see them very often in Colorado.
I actually saw one the other day.
Did you really?
Yeah. And it may have actually been this one. Oh no, because it didn't have the spoiler, but it was also red. And yeah, you're right. They in modern traffic, they look crazy.
Right?
Crazy.
Yeah. I would notice this in traffic before I noticed a McLaren.
Yeah. Well, if you had to pick one to investigate, you'd go for this, right?
Oh, easy. Yeah.
So pretty.
Right? Yeah. I mean, it's not often that like I'm really stopped in my tracks and I just like I was parking the car and I was like, I am fucking walking straight over to this car and taking a picture. I don't care if somebody is inside it committing crimes. I am taking a picture of this car. Yeah. Yeah. So whoever drove that, if that's yours back there, miss, thank you very much, because that is fucking rad. Yeah.
Yeah. So cool.
Yeah. God damn it. 3rd gen Supras. I don't think they should be going for $250,000 on Bring a Trailer. But,
no.
But fuck, they're awesome cars. You know? Yeah. So that's all messed up stuff, but those rule. Those rule. So anyway, that's my eyes. That's what I've been seeing, buddy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
What do you say? Should we do a license plate game?
We definitely should do a license plate game. I would love to. Yeah.
I have a themed license plate game, and it is entitled "This Commute is Making Me Hungry."
Okay. All right. Every commute makes me hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Huh.
Gonna pull it up.
Yeah. I'm very interested in this. Okay. All right. I must compliment you. This is a well-edited license plate game, Ian.
Thank you. Thank you. Guess who learned how to use software like an adult? This guy. And by learned, I mean berated Dave over text until he told me how to do it.
Oh, man. These plates are wild, buddy. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So up top, we have a, 7th generation Civic Type R?
SI.
SI. Oh, it's got the 2 exhausts. Yep. Okay. Then in the middle here, this is a Ford Fiesta sedan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And then down at the bottom, is that an A6?
A6.
A white Audi A6. Okay.
That might be a Ford. Is it a Focus or Fiesta?
Focus or Fiesta? Fiesta.
Fiesta. Okay.
Yep. Okay. All right. And then the plates. Oh boy, the plates. Okay. We have C Cakes. SCCAKESS. Cakes.
I think that's how you pronounce it. That's how I pronounced it when I read it.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oatmeal.
Lascivious cakes.
Yes. Cakes as ordered by Cobra.
Yes.
Then oatmeal for the middle plate. Unless it's the guy that draws that comic strip, I don't know. Or Wilford Brimley. I don't know if you should have that plate. The DMV should not give it out. And then last one, this is wild. Rum ham. RUMH4M. Rum ham.
Are you familiar with what that is referencing?
I'm not. I know that rum sauce is popular for ham. Like it's an old school pairing.
So I am in the middle of an It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia rewatch right now, and that is from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Okay.
It's the episode where they go to the Jersey Shore. Do you remember that? And they end up, Mac and Frank end up in a lifeboat in a dinghy, lost at sea, like it's a Wilson tribute.
Okay.
And Danny DeVito is before they go out, soaks a ham in rum and calls it rum ham. And so they're getting drunk while just eating raw ham. It's in the Fat Mac phase. Okay. So they're just eating ham shirtless in the sun, eating ham and getting drunk off the rum ham.
Okay.
And then eventually the rum ham falls out of the boat and you see it floating away and it's got the pineapple slices and the cherries so it looks like Wilson.
Yes.
And Danny DeVito just shouts rum ham, like Tom Hanks shouting Wilson. It's hilarious.
Nice.
So rum ham is a big thing and It's Always Sunny.
Okay. In the It's Always Sunny-verse. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's what that is about.
Okay. All right. Rum ham. Oh my God. Okay. Boy. Ian, I'm going to do some zoomies and enhancies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Not much to go on the Honda Civic. I mean, these did just start looking like a Transformers butthole at some point.
It really did.
Yeah. Yeah. Love the new ones. Love the way the new ones look. They really brought it back. Right?
It's so funny how these fake grills, it doesn't matter what they're on. on Hondas, on BMWs. It doesn't matter. They always look fucking cheap, and after like 3 years, they look like just absolute garbage.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
yeah, that plastic.
I'm so happy this trend is going away.
Yes, yes. That plastic just turns gray, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks awful.
Yeah. Boy, which one are you? Okay, so then we have the Fiesta here in the middle and a lot of stickers.
Mm-hmm.
I see a Google sticker. I don't know what these are. I don't know if I'm hip enough or it's just like a whole bunch of Swedish death metal that I'm not familiar with.
Yeah, I don't think I actually recognized any of them either.
Okay. All right. That's a big one. That's not a Facebook sticker, is that? What is that? It's a round F, but it's not the right blue for Facebook. So yeah. I don't know.
Sure.
Then we have the white Audi at the bottom that's just vanilla as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Ian. Oh my God. Oh,
I'll admit this
Mercedes wagon in traffic. Okay.
Mm-hmm. This one is tough. I will give you that.
Okay. All right. So you took the white Audi while you were driving your delightful VW, your R32. You took the Fiesta.
I took all three of these. If that
okay.
helps.
In the all track though, and the Civic looks like in the all track as well.
I was actually in the R32 for that one as well.
Okay. Okay. I would like to point out how low your R32 is, given where the trunk on this Audi A6 is in your field of view. Yeah. Your eye line is like almost below the trunk line.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, buddy. I love it. I love it.
Well, I was holding my phone out the sunroof too.
Okay. All right. So I'm getting a strong rum ham vibe from the Fiesta.
Okay.
But I kind of want to put it on the Civic too.
Okay.
Okay.
I just also want to point out that before today, did you think you would ever say the sentence, "I'm getting a strong rum ham vibe from the Fiesta"?
I did not. I did not have that on my my conversational bingo card.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
No one's ever said that before.
Yeah. What's that subreddit? Brand new sentence.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna put oatmeal on. No. I'm gonna put cakes. I'm gonna put cakes because I'm Cobra and I hate G.I. Joe. That hurts. I'm gonna put cakes on the Audi A6 because I think this is a very good baker. And they're good at their job and they can afford an A6.
Okay.
They have to be up at 3 a.m. They want a nice car, but they don't want something loud because they're definitely going to wake up their neighbors. Right? So cakes on the Audi.
Okay.
That leaves me with oatmeal and rum ham. And a delightful pairing. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Breakfast of Champions.
Okay, I'm gonna go rum ham on the Fiesta and oatmeal on the Civic.
Okay.
I think that's what I want to do.
All right. Yeah. Well, the solution is in the Dave Don't Look folder. Before you do that, is there anything you want to change? Any other thoughts? What's your misgivings?
I think if anything, the rum ham and the oatmeal could be switched. So yeah.
Okay. Well,
something is a likely backup scenario.
Let's see.
Okay, here we go. Here's the solution. Oh God, I haven't been showing it. I'll have to edit that in. Son of a biscuit.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's okay. I've done it before. Okay, here we go. Solution. Oatmeal.
You got
rum ham cakes. I got it.
Right. That's amazing. That was a tough one.
That's really hard. I got very lucky. I feel like the baker one was I was the most sure about.
You know, I didn't think that person was a baker. I just thought they were a freak.
Maybe they are. Maybe I'm just not destroyed enough on the inside to. Yeah. Were you thinking like down south body parts?
Yeah, they got that they got that cake.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
That was fantastic.
Well,
I have no notes. Yeah.
Thank you.
I was so excited to see Rumham. I'm a big It's Always Sunny fan, and man, that made my day.
That's so great. Yeah, Rumham. Yep, I'm getting definitely like Wild Card Charlie vibes from this car, right?
I mean, strong Rumham vibes from the Fiesta. Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Nice, Ian. Nice.
I also do like, I mean, the name of the car means party as well. So
it does.
It's actually pretty fitting.
Yeah.
And I mean, oatmeal on a Honda Civic, like that sort of makes sense too. Like,
yeah,
it's the most oatmeal car of the three.
Yeah, it does and it doesn't all at the same time. It's a conundrum.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But then the more it doesn't, the more it does.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Oatmeal. I hope it's the guy that draws the comic strip. Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Well, Dave, I mean, excellent.
Well, thank you.
Job.
Well done on the license plate game and masterful photo editing, Ian.
Thank you.
No problem. Yeah. Ian, yes. I do believe you owe me something. And the listeners something.
What's that?
An album of the week. An
apology?
Buddy? No.
Oh.
An album of the week.
Album of the week. Yes. Okay. So we've taken a few weeks away from Dave's interests, I would say. Fair to say. We had a jazz album last week. We had some like dance punk nonsense. Okay. So we're going to start. This is going to be another band that has dance punk roots.
Okay.
Which I didn't think about until just now. But this is going to be the 2012 album by Liars called WIXIW, but it's spelled WIXIW.
Okay. I have seen this. I've never listened to it. Okay.
So Liars is a wild band.
Okay.
They're like really like kind of like experimental stuff like that. Their first record was like really aggressive dance punk sort of stuff.
Okay.
And then they went on this very like noise rock, very avant-garde sort of detour. That's where I first heard them, and I didn't like it at the time.
Okay. Sure.
And then they started incorporating melody back in to their stuff, like around 2008-9 time frame. And then this is like their most chill melodic record, and it is gorgeous in a lot of spots.
Okay.
But I wouldn't say that it's not electro pop by any stretch. It's still a little out there, but it's very beautiful, if that makes sense. So like if Air made a really avant-garde, weird album with weird song structures.
Okay.
Kind of what it sounds like.
Would I like this any more or less if I was a big fan of Battles?
It's
or
not
do you
really
think not part of the equation.
They're sort of in the same universe as Battles, but this is definitely softer than Battles. It's not as like punishing. They have records that are right. Yeah. They have records that I would describe as punishing.
Okay.
There's no like
unrelenting.
There's no like little like serotonin like little drop that you get. But this record is much more like just melodic and nice to listen to.
Okay.
And it's one of my go-to, part of the reason I've been listening to it is it's one of my go-to I Need to Sleep on the Airplane records.
Oh, okay.
And it's a great headphone record. So just like kind of put on your headphones and like melt into.
Okay.
The first time you listen to it, you're going to think I'm crazy for saying that, but it worms its way in and it becomes relaxing. I don't know.
One of my favorite Glitch albums, De La Rosa Nosora, Agony Part 1, is like that, where like all of the elements slowly form into this like wave that like all is like a very cohesive kind of thing. Right? Yeah. Okay. So I can see where you're coming from. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will listen to this tomorrow for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really, really good.
Okay.
It's one of my favorites. And honestly, some of their other stuff is worth exploring. But they have wildly different styles in their discography.
Okay.
So they're a really cool band to kind of get into. I haven't liked their last couple records, but this sort of period is my favorite of theirs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think that the way I'm like a 90s, early 2000s boy, do you think like you're a 2010 to 2015 boy at all?
I'm a early 2000s. I mean, like my favorite records of all time are like in that early
Like
2000s.
Mezzanine, yeah.
Yeah, well, Mezzanine's 98.
Yeah.
I think In Rainbows is the best album of the century so far. Like I think that's the best.
Yeah.
That's the best record since 2000 for sure. But I don't know. I have favorites from.
Yeah. You're very omnivorous when it comes to that.
Yeah. And I mean, I would also say like late 70s is a big time period for me, because that's like Talking Heads and B-52s and Brian Eno stuff, and Bowie. That period is like I love all that stuff. So I don't know. I have a hard time picking a favorite time period, but I kind of return to late 70s, early 2000s, and honestly, right now is pretty great because there's a ton out right now that I really like.
Yeah, there's a lot of new stuff happening and a lot of like retro stuff done right. Like the drum and bass resurgence, the jungle resurgence, like all of that stuff is just fucking crushing it.
Yeah.
So,
you know what I don't really care for though that much is like some of the like 90s rock resurgence stuff.
Okay.
Especially like the kind of like the singer-songwritery stuff, or like the like chunky guitar sort of stuff. I'm just like, we did this once already. I don't need to do this again. I don't need it again.
You just look over at a pair of Jinkos and you're like,
yeah, no, I'm good. Now, once we get nostalgic for rap rock and that starts to make a comeback, I'm just gonna like walk into the ocean. That shit was garbage. That's been honestly, as a music fan, one of the hardest parts about getting old is that like there were things that I thought that I knew were garbage when they came out in high school, and everybody was on the same page as me. And then we get 20 years down the line, and now because 20 years have passed, people are like, oh, well, this was really great.
Okay.
No, it was garbage then. It's garbage now. We don't need to be. Anyway. Lincoln Park. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, come on, I might be coming down with that.
I will say I saw Downset in concert and they were amazing. Yeah. They opened up for the Deftones. Yeah.
I mean, like Downset.
I mean, like straight up, like, I mean, very, very tied to gang activity, rap rock, like out of Los Angeles. Like, I mean, they were the Rage in the Machine. I mean, they were, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know them.
They had a few good songs. They were much better live. Yeah. Yeah.
I was talking about like that, like, really
Linkin
late
Park.
90s.
Yeah.
Like that guitar sound just drives me up the fucking wall.
Really?
Like,
okay.
I hate it so much. I don't know why.
Yeah.
And then every band had it. Like after that, I don't know. Anyway, okay, we should stop talking about that.
Do I need to pull you out of this with showing you kittens?
Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness.
Here's two of the kittens we're fostering right now. Yeah.
Oh man, they're so fuzzy.
They're adorable. We got a good batch. We got a batch of 6 of them.
Oh man.
Yeah. So come away from Kid Rock and look at these guys.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Not a problem. Not a problem. Yeah. Look at this. Look at the Toyota Supra, Ian.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
So yeah. Right.
Well, Dave.
Yeah.
Did we do a car show?
We absolutely did, buddy. We absolutely did. Yeah.
Nice work.
It's so good to have you back to talk to you again, man.
You as well. We did the car show. We talked about your autocross. We did a license plate game. Nobody fell on their face.
Just their other money making parts. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. We did it. what should people do if they enjoyed this?
Delete the Bird app from your phone.
Both of them, both the typey type and the crashy crash.
Yeah, exactly.
Both bird apps.
Yeah. Delete those. Hop on over to our store, buy a Vegan Angel sticker, buy some swear stickers, buy a Vegan Angel mug. There's only going to be 6 of these for sale. Do that kind of stuff. Send us your license plates. We are getting so many license plates, and we're getting Facebook alignment stuff. I feel bad about us not being able to get to it, but we're getting so much stuff, and so thank you for sending them in. I think we may have to do an alignment special or something like that, and throw down 6 or 7 of them in an episode.
I like it.
Yeah.
I would also say, encourage everybody. So this is episode 397. We are approaching. Yeah. We're perilously close to a round number, and we have something pretty special planned for that round number. So if you were ever going to coerce a loved one or a friend to listen to us, in a couple weeks' time would be a good one to start with.
Yeah.
I'll leave it at that.
Yep. We're not going to jinx it. We're not going to say anything.
No, because it might still not happen. Everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. We love you. Goodbye.